Right, this is my first 10-minute slot that I'm allowed. Let's see how they're getting on. Yesterday they'd done the fittings. Look at that. Sweaty car. So they've got most of 2 walls up, door frame in. Good. I love the way how they hold the door frame in place. They got various bits of stick and branch. They've even got one branch going up there. It's attached to the house frame. Yeah, well, judging by the speed they're going at, they'll have this rendered this afternoon. If they don't need to leave it overnight to dry off. Good, right, I'm going to cycle into town now and have myself a lunch, I think. Get some exercise and relax. Right, this is my second 10-minute stint that I'm allowed. And wow, I'll tell you what, some progress has been made. And somebody's been listening to me, because repairs have been made to the cracks. And they're not finished, they're not rubbed out yet, but they are filled. And I'm impressed, because normally when Suntory fills cracks, she makes it look like a motorway. But this is like a little country lane. All the cracks have been machined out, so they're big enough to take repair materials, and then very little repair materials we actually put in. So they will be finished off with some sandpaper very nicely. I don't know if you remember me pointing this particular one out to you at the very beginning. Great big problem here where the plaster fell off, and now that's been filled. And I have to say, I'm very impressed. And I'll show you why I'm very impressed, because this is the normal standard. This is what I've seen before on the driveway and the wall at the new house and here. And as you can see, that's an abortion. Whereas these are actually very neat, and once they're rubbed off a tiny bit with sandpaper and painted, they will actually be almost invisible. Now, the workers have gone. Suntory's exact words were half a day because they got nothing else to do, but if she'd actually ordered materials at the right time, they could have been replacing this roof here for the half day. It wouldn't have taken them more than that, but never mind, it doesn't matter. They've done this job now. It's slightly wider angle. Yeah, I mean, obviously when it's finished it will look like it did before, but we've got a door frame in now. The wall is not going any higher because there's no need for it to go any higher. It's an open bathroom anyway at that end, as you can see from the wire. All we've got to do is keep the cats and the dogs out. Oh, well, that wall's only half done, so why? Oh, I know the reason why. They've run out of blocks, and Trace said she had to order some more blocks. And they've run out of blocks. That's why that wall isn't finished. They've got half a dozen down there, but not enough to do anything significant. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe it's half a day because I've got other things to do, and this was all planned, but I didn't know about it. That's quite possible. Anyway, that's advancing quite nicely. This is Niece's husband. He's just doing some more prep on the window frames. That's good. And the thing about these window frames and the door frames is that they're nothing special. And we're just going to stain them. We're not worried about the actual finish. We're not worried about holes in it, the roughness of it or anything like that. As long as it's stained in the dark stain that we've already got and we've already used in the new house, they will look actually very, very nice. And it's a hardwood anyway, so it will last a considerable amount of time compared to Western softwood windows. They don't tend to rot. They just tend to sort of, how can I put it? They get broken by people being rough with them, and then panes of glass get smashed and replaced badly, if you like. And they can expand and contract a little bit, but they never rot. So I have to say that bathroom wall is looking extremely good compared to the kitchen wall. I've realised when they took the bathroom wall down, I realised what's happened with the kitchen wall, because the concrete post at the bottom, you can see this concrete post here exposed. The concrete posts along here are only half posts, and then the top bit is hardwood. Okay, and what's happened is that the concrete posts have been set, and then the hardwood's been put in, and the two are not straight in line with each other. And I think you can see that here. So this post is actually leaning in to your right slightly compared to the concrete post. Now, whether the concrete post is square is debatable, probably not. But the reality is that someone's now built this kitchen wall in line with the concrete post up to there, and then in line with the wooden posts thereafter. And that gives you the concave shape. It's going up and then it's going around, and it looks like it's collapsing, if you like. It looks like it's going wrong because of subsidence or something, and in fact it isn't. This particular wall is solid, it's just that it's been built with a curve. And now that they've redone the bathroom wall and they've redone the foundations, this is dead straight, because they've actually lined it up, ignoring where this particular dodgy concrete post is. If I go round this way, I think you'll see that the wall is actually very close to the edge of the concrete post there, but then it goes in as you go up, and that's because they've ignored the concrete post angle. They've actually taken the wall and made it vertical. And then the same with the wood. It starts off just slightly inset from the wood. By the time it gets halfway, it's actually sticking out of the wood, as you can see from that angle there. And that just shows how badly the post has been set, the wood part and the concrete part. That's all right. It'll all be taken in with the render. Once that's rendered, you won't really notice the post angles, and the render will protect the wall from rain and from the extreme amount of water that's going to come down here. But the other thing that's been done here, which is excellent in terms of waterproofing the house, is that the foundation block sticks up now above the actual run that's been designed to take the water away. So the water is no longer going to be touching any of the blocks, and we will render that wall and make it more weatherproof. But the reality is that we've now got a channel which is basically edged by concrete, so that will mean that this flows a lot safer. Obviously the kitchen isn't quite the same. We've already put some concrete along the bottom here, curved in to try and protect the wall, and I think that's done the job largely. It's just that the lack of render and the leaking pipes that we've had here. We've had a leaking in pipe, and we've had exit pipes that haven't been connected, so they've basically been draining down the wall. They've made the whole of this wall wet and compromised the whole of the kitchen because of that. But we're going to solve that particular problem, and when they render this, we'll make sure that they actually carry on this curve to protect the wall. So yeah, I'm very pleased with that progress today. And this is now the weak spot in the house, effectively, because we're going to have a torrent of water going down this channel when it rains really heavily, when the monsoons come. But a little bit more work and that'll be protected, I think. So yeah, that's my second 10 minutes of allowable access to the old house. And there's some initiative being taken here. So I'm very happy with this progress now, because I'm not really involved in it and I'm not getting stressed out by it. And it seems like, in a very quiet way, they've been listening to me. And just as I'm leaving, who should turn up but our supplies? Yes, so we got some more blocks, so I was correct with the block situation. Wow, there's a lot more blocks there than we need for that little bit of wall, I know, but I know they'll be used for something else, probably the pig farm that the cousin is actually organising. So we've got some more cement, and we've got some more blocks, and we've got 2 rings of concrete there on the back. See there? One of them will be used to go on top of the existing poo hole to help to provide an edge for a drainage channel, and the other one is going to be used as a new fire pit, because the existing one is now crumbling due to the amount of burning and heat that's been produced. So yeah, I'm just about to go home on my bicycle, and they turned up. Okay, we'll see how they get on tomorrow.